next have Emily Golchini, who came to us from Milwaukee, and her piece is titled The Next Generation.
So I'm actually going to start off with a question. So how many of you, if not right now, brought a phone, a computer, an iPad, any sort of electronic with you? Just raise your hand. Or camera.
Hey, it's no left, so it's not.
Okay. So that's everyone except for Yoni. I remember I was probably in 5th or 6th grade, and an adult told me that they feel half naked without their phone. And that's kind of a real moment for me, because for whatever reason, I could relate, even though we didn't have a phone. And I was like, this is actually a part of our culture. This is where we're going. And so earlier this year in my English class, we had an essay, and it was, are we the stupidest or are we the smartest generation? And I guess my point is that we're both. While we can't sit and look up, we don't have that same experience of going to a library and just finding things for basic questions when we have Google. When we are exposed to catfishing with strangers on the internet, when cyberbullying is happening every day, people are dying from this, from suicide, it's just such a big problem. And at the same time, it's this beautiful thing that I have a question, I'm going to ask Google. There's Facebook where you're in contact with anyone who you want to be at any moment. And so I think that these experiences make us both the smartest and the dumbest generation. So I think I'll play my video first and then explain that process. So.
If what I'm about to say makes me seem crazy, it's because I am. I woke up one morning trying to press the delete button on yesterday's events when LED screens surrounded me. The scariest part was that I wasn't even scared. I have a question why a blog asks me to repeat obscure letter patterns just to prove that I am actually human. Have we fallen so far down into our screws and tampered glass screen protectors that we have forgotten how to actually feel? Is my computer so intelligent that it has noticed that I've forgotten when I haven't even noticed that the world is changing around me? Social media has become an ocean where swimmers become victims that drown in the "you are uglies" and "please kill yourselves." That I am more concerned with the X's and the Y's of Facebook's coding configuration than I am with my own two parents who introduced me to oxygen. But why is that so bad? These screens easier to blame the home button than it is to blame the home. If this sounds crazy, it's because it is.
My art teacher for the first semester had us do under the something, and I started with photography because that's my usual medium, and I knew that I wanted to do something about destructive technology, and so I started with the cyberbullying aspect, and then the more I started researching about this idea of cyberbullying, the more I realized that more people enjoy technology than people hate it. So while there are a bunch of people who are suffering because of the anonymousness of the technology of hiding behind a screen, almost everyone here today has Chrome on you for a reason. And so that 100 pictures of destruction turned into this 100 words of learning from everything positive that can come from all of this. And so what I decided to do was everything that was in this project would be 100% digital. So I used a synthesizer, so a piano, a GarageBand, a microphone, a Canon video cam, and I just sort of went with it. And so I chose to do 100 words, and I really wanted to explain that, wow, technology, we always focus on, like what Emily said, we always see the negatives in the news, we always see the negative approaches of technology, and I kind of wanted to highlight that there are so many positives that we just don't recognize because they're in our daily lives. So that's it.
All right. Phone says that we have time for about 3 questions.
Do you ever try to abstain from using the phone or just involving technology, or do you just kind of embrace it yourself?
I actually do abstain. I have problems concentrating, so when I am doing something that I really want to engage in, I do turn off my phone. I leave it at home. I've gone to summer camps without phone for like weeks. I do feel partly like part of me is missing. Like I said, when I was in 5th grade, someone said they felt half naked without their phone, even though I didn't have a phone in 5th grade. Something about it was relatable. And so, while I do abstain from using it, it does feel weird. So, I guess that is a way to go around your question. But,
All right, thank you so much.